you're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. Just so you know, we are not professional writers. At least we don't claim to be. We just like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
Yep, pretty much. We just do this for our enjoyment and for yours. And we are going to be seeing what we're doing. So, do you have dice?
I got them.
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't read it. 63.
63. Ooh, I think this will be an interesting one.
Do tell.
Missing pet.
Oh no.
Exclamation point. My pet has been missing since 3 nights ago and has not returned home. If found, return to whoever finds him. Wow, this is structured weird. If found, return to, comma, whoever finds him will be rewarded greatly. So I think that's like insert location here.
Insert random NPC or location. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so missing pet. My pet has been missing since 3 nights ago and has not returned home. If found, return to this location. Whoever finds him will be rewarded greatly.
All right, so we got a missing pet. Is this going to be the missing pet is some obnoxious creature type of situation or
Oh,
average?
okay. Are we gonna do like a Avatar: The Last Airbender with King Boomy,
Ah, I love Fluffy so much.
where it's like, yeah, we just give it an arbitrary name, but then it's like it's this huge monstrosity thing.
Mm-hmm. That's the typical approach to this sort of situation.
Yeah, but
So
then
I'm
is that
thinking,
is that a little too cliched?
so what I'm thinking is we do give it an arbitrary name, and it is just a common creature, but the players are led to believe it's a monstery thing, which has actually, like, I don't know, captured the pet?
Or
What? Or,
we do a Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and it's
uh-oh.
like a cute little rabbit, but it's actually quite dangerous.
I was thinking rabbit this whole time.
Well, because we said fluffy.
We did say Fluffy. Let's not do a Fluffy, and maybe not a Holy Grail rabbit because we don't want the players to accidentally kill the pet if they have to fight it.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. What if it's
Okay,
some sort of like rare animal?
like what?
Uh, I don't know, a dik-dik?
Oh, wait, what?
It's the world's smallest antelope.
Why do you know so much about animals?
I listen to an animal podcast.
Oh, okay.
I like animals, okay?
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Actually, the Binturong one was, I actually already just knew that from growing up watching Animal Planet.
What kind of? Okay, we gotta do like It's gotta be a fantasy kind of pet, right?
Okay, okay.
Because
Um,
it needs to be extravagant or anything like that.
like a
Oh,
fairy dragon?
is there? Oh, okay. Is there any like D&D or Pathfinder creature that has like camouflage,
Oh.
and it'll be just super annoying to try to find it?
What if the pet is a mimic?
Oh my god, yes, it's a pet mimic.
That's why they can't find it.
Oh, then we just basically play the game Prey. You never played that game?
I'm thinking is it the one where people disguise themselves as random objects?
No, that's prop hunting Gary's
Oh,
mod. Prey is it's its own standalone game where it's basically prop hunt, where it's a single player first person shooter, and there's these little black monster things that's like it's like roughly the size or somewhat smaller than a head crab from Half Life,
yeah, I know
and
the.
they just turn into random objects.
Okay, so similar.
Yeah,
Fascinating. So
it's
yes, it does become like that. So there can be I was looking up a thing about mimics a while back. There can be different sizes of mimic that will turn into various objects based on their size. I'm guessing that's like how old they are. They probably just continue growing. So how big do you want it to be?
I think this needs to be. It can't be big. Let's say if it's a.
How about it's a baby mimic?
Yeah, I would say like a mimic that could turn into sizes of like a mug or like a candle or like those kind of sizes.
Yeah, normally it hangs out as a necklace around its owner's neck. That would be a really cool pet.
And it's very oh, well, but then like okay, if it's normally a necklace or Do you know what a mimic looks like when it's not in that like form?
I feel like it's just a gelatinous blob. Like they're shapeless, they're formless, they're just bleh. I think they just look like Muck, the Pokemon.
Okay. If we do that, then okay. So if it's like the job posting is like missing pet and it's being very vague, so then when the party actually goes and talks to the owner, he or she would be like, "You cannot tell anyone this. It's kind of illegal to own a mimic for obvious reasons."
Yeah, but she found it when it was like first born. However, mimics are, I think they just kind of separate. But she's raised it. Maybe it was injured. And she nursed it back to health, so it imprinted and all that. Like how people find baby squirrels and such.
Okay. And so then it becomes a necklace or like a
I'm assuming the
ring.
owner is a she at this point.
Well, yeah, if it's the go-to is like a necklace.
Yeah,
Well, guys could still wear necklaces.
guys are allowed to wear necklaces.
But if it's a guy, then it has to be a puka shell necklace. uh,
Or a fish hook.
yeah, both are kind of cringy.
Yeah.
But like, let's say that this like mimic could also turn into like how the owner feeds it is like turns into a mug, and they just put the food like into the mug, and that's how he
Oh my
eats.
gosh, that's adorable.
But
I mean, it could also hang out as a hat.
yeah, a smaller hat, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how did if the mimic got imprinted? Okay, what's the name of the owner first and foremost?
Um, let's say Lana.
Oh man, I'm a big fan of Archer. Um,
Didn't know that was an archer.
well, Lana is like one of the main characters in it.
Gotcha.
And he has a
I
bit where it's just like Lana, Lana, Lana.
Well, it has been decided. Her name is Lana.
Okay.
Does the mimic have a name?
Oh, would she give the mimic a name? I feel like she
I
would, but what would she name it?
Munchie.
Okay.
Mimic named Munchies. They munch. It's what they do.
Yeah,
Sometimes they munch on
it's
you.
a standard. Just it's like naming your rabbit Fluffy.
Exactly. I was
Uh,
going for a cutesy name that is so easy.
so the question is, if Munchie was very attached to Lana because she nursed it back to health, why did it like escape or get loose?
Someone
And
stole her necklace.
how did?
Someone stole her necklace.
But then
Munchie
she could
has
just.
been taught to not transform in front of other people and not bite people.
But then if one, do mimics actually understand languages?
That's actually a good question.
And two, why wouldn't she just then say missing my necklace was stolen?
Yeah, good point. Okay.
So first I think we need to figure out, do mimics understand language?
To the internet.
You are the tech expert. Google.
Am I?
Yes.
Oh, this is just a wall of text. Give me just like a stat block or something. Languages. Nothing.
Okay, so they can't understand language.
Well, can they they don't speak.
Yeah, but
Can they
I think there's some like creatures that say understands this language but doesn't speak that
Okay,
language.
so it's not intelligent enough to understand, but it does understand probably emotions and feelings like your average cat and dog. I feel
Okay.
like it's an intelligent enough creature
What
because
is its intelligence score?
oh shoot, I already closed it. Why do you have to ask again?
But it's a legit question.
I know, I'll just keep it open next time. Base intelligence score is a 5.
Yes, I think that's smart enough because that's the like for 5th edition, if it's a 4 or above, then it's considered sentient. And
Yeah.
if a cat and dog who doesn't have sentient, wait, does a cat and dog have sentient?
I mean, they have their own thoughts and feelings.
Yes. Okay, so I think that they're on similar intelligence levels.
And some of those dogs get pretty darn smart. Cats,
Well,
they just don't care.
depends on the breed
Yes.
and the actual dog, because I've seen dumb animal.
Oh, it's great.
Okay, so let's say it has an intelligence level as a decent dog.
Okay.
Simple commands.
Hmm.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
she doesn't
like,
have the button thing that you see like the owners teach their dogs to do.
no, it can't speak through buttons.
No.
However cool that may be.
So how did he get like Munchie get loose?
Chasing a bird?
Maybe
Like,
okay. Maybe if okay. Focus on Lana right now. What does she do for a living?
let's see. Maybe she's a fashion designer and her mimic helps her by turning into various objects so she can like wear them and be like, yes, I think that's good.
But he's not that big. She can't wear.
Jewelry and stuff.
Okay, for colored jewelry.
Yeah, maybe like she'll sketch it out and be like, turn into this. Turns into a piece of paper.
Okay, now you're just pulling Ditto from Pokemon.
Yes, I totally am.
Uh, I was thinking if like Lana's like had to stay out for work for longer, and
Oh,
so she didn't come back in time where she normally feeds Munchie, then
okay. To
Munchie
find
went
food.
out to find food.
I could see that happening.
Maybe it's because like either a order or she had to go to a party with some like high end
Oh,
people just to like have connections and all that stuff because she designed like the hostess dress or something.
or like maybe just a different approach entirely. Maybe she's a farrier and has to go to her clients. They don't come to her.
What's a farrier?
They like shoe horses and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah. And maybe there was just a client that had a bunch of horses and like
so she's more.
it took
It's
longer.
more of a like working class job or like on the lower end of the class spectrum.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Munchie gets out,
Yes.
turns into the blob form.
Okay. Just wandering around like, where's food? I want food.
Yeah. And so when the party contact like when Lana contacts the party is like he could be anything.
Yes.
No bigger than a bread box.
Yes.
But he could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't hurt him.
Yeah, he's not violent. He's been
Maybe
caught.
like give the party like some treats or something like that that he likes to eat.
Maybe a whistle that he'll respond to. I feel like that might make it too easy.
May I don't know if you close the thing. Can they smell?
Probably.
So then she could be like, here's like a rag or a blanket that he likes, kind of thing, and you wrap him up in that and it'll calm him down.
Maybe. Maybe. Oh, not a whistle. He'll just respond to his name.
Do you think he'll respond to his name or would he like still be undercover as the object? Even if his
He
name
would
is called.
still be undercover, but there might be a tell, like some sort of reaction to hearing his name.
Like what?
A shudder or a wiggle. Like if he was disguised as say a bird nest, one of the twigs would start wiggling like it's wagging its tail.
So then it's just like the party just says the name over and over and over again and just keeps rolling for like perception
Perception.
or sight or whatever.
Yeah, something along those lines. And if anyone notices a wiggling branch or something, then yeah, there it is. But it's probably like really high up in a tree, and then they have to figure out how to get up there to get it.
I feel like this is a really quick side quest
Yeah, it's probably going to be another short one.
because it's just like, okay, then we could just determine where he's been or like where the party will find him, and then that's it.
There could be a trail of some sort, like a trail of destruction.
Yeah, but that'll just clearly lead them to where he is, then they catch him, and then that's it.
So, what if a wandering, I don't know, circus owner or something found him and was like, oh my gosh, a tame mimic. I want this in my circus.
Or do you think do you think Munchie would actually be more defensive? Because that's also one of the things about like if mimics could smell, it's just like it's more attached to the scent of Lana and all that stuff.
Probably.
And then but if it's not her, then would react more harshly.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, like,
I could see like one of the trails that like the party would find out is just like, oh, while looking, this woman or man like proclaims that like their little Chihuahua dog is missing.
oh no,
Like we
not the
let
Chihuahua.
I don't care about Chihuahuas.
I care a
They're
little.
yapping, annoying little dogs.
That they are, but they're still cute.
But that was the smallest dog I could think of.
Good point.
But it's just like, oh, I just let him out for a second and then he's gone. And it's just like,
Uh-oh.
when did you let him out? You know, this morning or last
Yeah.
night.
Easy pickings.
Because I feel like it'll be like the pet was missing. Oh no, wait,
Yeah.
hang on. The post says my pet has been missing for since 3 nights ago and has not
So,
returned home.
so it's been missing for a hot minute.
Yeah. But that could be just one of the things. It's just like random pets died.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know
thing
what
about
else the Munchie would
people
eat.
with chihuahuas for pets is that if they let it out, they're watching it because they know that thing is easy pickings.
But maybe not in a fantasy medieval world. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know any other small pet that that Munchie could get a hold of and be as a clue of where he went.
Pet falcon.
A pet
They're-
falcon? I think
Falcons
the
are pretty
pet falcon
small.
would have a. I think it might like have an even fight with Munchie.
Well, I don't know.
If Munchie is no bigger than a bread box,
Yeah.
and Falcon is probably like bigger than a bread box.
I thought falcons were pretty small.
Oh well, you're the animal expert.
Yeah, I'm looking.
This is the fact check episode.
Yes, this is the episode where we look up specific things from. Can't find a stat block for a falcon.
No, I was talking about like real life Falcon.
I know they're pretty small. Another block of text I don't want to read through. Anyway,
Reading, no.
okay, a kestrel. Let's go with a kestrel then.
I don't even know what that is.
Ugh,
Oh,
think it's
don't
like the
have
world-
me.
it's the world's smallest. I don't think it's the world's smallest, but it's a really small little bird of prey.
Okay, so but then people had that as pets, or it could be just a random wild animal.
Well, if it was a random wild animal, then no one would notice.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So,
Well, you know what? Let's have Munchie just kill a kid.
no children murders, please. Let's avoid hurting children at all costs.
Okay, fine. No hurting
So,
children.
like, falconers could have more than just falcon. Oh, kestrels are a falcon. Haha.
What if we what if we there's like food market area,
Okay.
and it's just like someone's been stealing like food. Oh,
All right.
okay. Let's say like Munchie becomes a jar and it's just sitting on the stand next to the food, and every once in a while just like yoink and just
Oh,
stays
that's
there for
fantastic.
like the entire day, just slowly just yoinking it. And he
That's
does
how they find him.
the stall. The guy running the stall is like just turns around, one disappears, turns around again, two disappear.
Perfect.
And he doesn't know what's going on. I think it's just like some street urchins stealing from him.
So the way they track him down, maybe, is that there are stories of food going missing throughout town.
Yeah, just like for the last few days, stalls have been just like someone keeps stealing from stalls.
Yes. Because I feel like, Munchie's been raised in society, so he wouldn't go to the forest. He would go to town. That makes a lot more sense.
Okay. Is this a small village? A
Mm,
bigger village?
I'd say a little bigger, maybe. If people have enough horses to keep Lana away from home for a while.
Maybe it's like a port city, and just like
Oh,
Munchie
yeah.
eats a
bustling
bunch of
market.
fish.
Yeah. So Munchie is hanging out in the market as various objects, every now and then snatching a food,
Mm-hmm.
possibly even right out of someone's hands if they aren't paying enough attention.
Maybe because it might be used to how Lana like did that.
Yeah, he thinks like they're offering him food if they hold it up in his direction. So one of the things that the party can do is buy a snack from a vendor and just kind of walk around and hold it out at various objects.
Oh, that'll be like they will be viewed as crazy.
They would, but if they want to find it, or if they do buy a snack, just, unknowingly because they want something to snack on, all of a sudden they realize it's not in their hand anymore. Like it just yoinked it right out with
Hang
their
on,
fingers.
okay? When we did the house when in the campaign that you DM'd, they gave one of our party members used detect magic, and we were able to find mimics that way, right?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly
The phrasing.
why it worked. I think I was just giving you guys a break.
Okay, so if they're because it's like if mimics use polymorphic magic
Yeah.
to
Well, it's
turn themselves into objects or not.
yes, because its ability shape changer, the mimic can use its action to polymorph, which
By
is
that
essentially a
phrasing,
spell.
well,
Yeah.
polymorph is a term of just changing forms.
Yes.
So it's it could be viewed as a spell or just a ability to change form.
True, since it is gelatinous, but I understood that as it's using magic to do this. Just an innate ability, but it's still magic.
Okay, I think that is up to the game master for their definition of the capabilities of a mimic. But it just sounds like this is a simple case of go talk to the owner. Owner's like, yeah, the pet I'm looking for is a mimic. It could be anything. Please be gentle, all that stuff. He's not harmful. He's just really small. And then they
Oh,
hear,
he's hungry.
He has quite of an appetite. I forgot to feed him because I had a distant job,
Yeah.
and I didn't get back in time. And when by the time I get back, he was gone. I was hoping he would like get to the point where hungry where want to come back home, but he hasn't. So here we are. And then the party goes out. They
So why
hear
hasn't she gone looking for him?
maybe she has. It's just she has no luck,
Yeah,
or
she's
like
one person.
she needs still because she's has that working job where she
True.
doesn't make that much money, so she has to make sure to work every day in order to actually survive.
And, to keep on good customer relations,
Yeah, or else she would just go broke and starve. So
which nobody wants.
so she's has to work, but then been searching as a side thing, but just hasn't spent enough time to actually find him.
Okay.
And so then the party goes out. Then they hear a rumor about people complaining about thefts and all that stuff. And then
Yeah.
they'll just maybe you could set up for like a busy, just shopping area full of stalls and all that stuff to make it just chaotic and a little bit challenging.
Well, you mentioned earlier it's probably a port town,
Yeah,
so they usually have a bustling marketplace, like a fish market,
yeah,
and I can imagine a mimic just having a smorgasbord there.
and so then they just within that shopping area they find him, take him back, job's done.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, and that's very straightforward.
What happens if the town finds out about the mimic?
Well, she could just ask to do it discreetly, obviously, because she knows it's kind of illegal to own a monstrous creature like a mimic.
Yes, but what if something happens while the players are trying to get the mimic back?
Like what?
Like it attacks. What if they accidentally provoke it too much?
Well, since it's a baby mimic, they could just say themselves like every time it chomps, it's just one damage.
Okay. So they can just like let it latch onto their arm and
Yeah,
then
and then like
run.
hide it under their cloak is like, yep, just holding back the pain, and then just
Yep.
skirting out there.
That's effective. That's a great way of transporting something. Gotta get it to like go later, but meh.
I mean, if the people of the town discover that there's a mimic, then they could, depending on the situation, they could have like if the party was there, then they could say, they could hire them to kill the mimic
Mm.
and then pay them for that, but then they won't get paid by Lana.
So it's giving them a choice then.
Yeah, but that's if like the city or the people find out about the mimic.
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, hey, you're an adventuring party. Kill the monster. We'll give you money."
Yeah, but then again, it's not that big. Obviously, they don't want it, so they'll
Yes.
probably, I think, probably they won't pay that much for killing the mimic.
No. It would be more lucrative to bring it back to its master.
Yeah, because she has more sentimental value,
Yes.
in which then she pays more.
Yes.
Well, even in the job posting, it says you'll be rewarded greatly.
Yes. Which is like all of her savings.
A decent amount of her savings.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to bankrupt her. Well, there's a difference between savings and the money you have set aside to live.
Agree to disagree. Someone doesn't live paycheck to paycheck.
I used to. It's fine.
But yeah, that just sounds like it's a straight up mission like that.
Yeah, short, sweet, to the point.
Not
Where's my pet?
not
There's
too
my pet.
extravagant, no big twist or anything like that. The biggest twist is like, hey, it's a mimic that's the pet.
Yeah.
But I can't think of
Yes.
anything else that could toss in on this.
No, I think it's pretty cut and dry at this point. Like I think it's a good solid quest. They don't all have to be extravagant storylines.
It's not even comical.
The mimic though.
It's a small laugh, but it's just like okay,
they
like
don't all have to be
the other
comedy.
short one that we have is the Vampire Gym Bros, and that's just outrageous all through and through.
That one's a masterpiece. You can't compare this to that.
But I'm saying that that's the only other one that was like very much short of like, yeah, they go there, this happens, they kill it, and then the end of the quest.
Some sort of shenanigans gonna happen, and
Yes, it
we
will require a
can't
lot of
plan for
improv.
that.
It requires a lot of improv and all that stuff.
Yeah. So it may not be funny necessarily from our end, but it could be hilarious from the player's end, depending on what the mimic bites.
I why did my mind go really like in the gutter when you said that?
I no clue. I don't know. That's just you.
Yes, it's just me. But the way you phrased it, like, was clearly leading towards one thing.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
maybe.
saying. It was a leading question. I plead the fifth, Your Honor.
It wasn't even a question. It was a statement. You didn't even have to respond.
This is a podcast where we talk to each other. I have to respond.
All right. I think we got a good story. It doesn't have to be funny. It doesn't have to be long. It's a good quest.
Okay, this is
Uh,
the filler arc or the filler episode for Quest Board. Thank you for listening. If you have any suggestions of your own, or tell us what your party did with the mimic, what they stuck, or the mimic bit, I guess. I don't know. Let us know on Twitter at QuestBoardPod. And with that, I wish you all a good night.
and happy questing.